Hello my dear students, I welcome you all for today's lecture. We are doing trigonometry, exercise 8.3. And before moving forward, I would request you all people to please go through the formulas that we have done. I have explained you in both the basics, trigonometry basic part 1, basic part 2. But this exercise, especially exercise 8.3, will be dealing mostly with the quadrantal angles. And what you have to understand when you are doing with this, when you are handling this type of formulas, we know that basically it means that sine 90 minus theta is always equal to cos theta. Sine 90 minus theta will be always, it will get converted to cos, sine will get converted to cos, and which angle of cos? This, whatever is this. Similarly, tan will get converted to cot, cos will get converted to sine, sec will get converted to cosec, cosec will get converted to sec, and tan and cot will get converted to each other. But while conversion, what you have to be careful, and how are you going to convert it especially? See my dear students, whatever, supposing if you are given cos 70 degrees is there in your question and you are going to write this. This cos will be, how will you write it? Cos will get converted to sine, and which angle of sine? 90 minus 70 degree. Remember, this 90 minus 70. That means this is cos 70 is equal to sine 20 degree. Try to understand this. Cos 70 is equal to sine 20 degree. This is what this actually is trying to tell you. When it tells sine, okay, cos sine 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. So it is basically sine 90 minus 70 is equal to cos 70 हो जाएगा. That's what cos 70. Sine 90 minus 70 is actually equal to cos 70. So instead of this, you are going to write sine 90 minus 70 because these are equal. And finally 90 minus 70 will be sine 20. Now this they can't write it over here. This can't be written in formula. Sine 90 minus theta, I can't solve this down and write sine of which value is equal to cos theta. But when it comes into actual values, I can write sine 20 is equal to cos 70. Both are going to be same. If you have to see this, we have done this. Supposing if I have got sine 30 degree. So if I have to go to write in this form, if I have to write it in quadrantal angle form, see, try to understand my language. This I will be writing in quadrantal angle form. When I convert it to quadrantal angle form, what I will get? Sine 30 will get converted to cos. And what of cos? 90 minus whichever angle is over here, 30. This is quadrantal angle. Sine 30 is equal to cos 90 minus 30. And then I will solve this 90 minus 30. I will get 90 minus 30 is equal to cos 60 degree. And this you know, when you solve in the definitions of the table, sine 30 is equal to half, cos 60 is equal to half. So sine 30 is always equal to cos 60. Okay, that's what you have to understand. Similarly, the other will also get converted, my dear students. You try to do these things. See now, tan and cot. Tan 45 degrees. If I convert this, tan will get, first I will convert them to quadrantal angles. First I will convert tan 45 to quadrantal angle. So tan 45 will get converted to cot. Cot of what? 90 minus what is over, whatever is over here, that will come over here. And that, now I will solve this. This is conversion completed. Now I will have to solve this. This will become cot 45 degrees. You know tan 45 degrees 1 and cot 45 degrees also 1. Okay, so similarly we can go to other values also. And similarly, if you will see cos 45 degrees 1 upon root 2, tan 45 degrees 1 upon, sine 45 degrees 1 upon root 2. And then if supposing we have got cos 30 degree, or we can go to take another one, sec 30 degree. So first I will convert it to the quadrantal angle. The quadrantal angle of this will be sec will get converted to cosec. And that will be cosec of what? 90 minus whichever this is, 30 degree. So you will find that cosec, now I will solve this, is equal to, means sec 30 degree is always equal to cosec 60 degree. The sec 30 degree is equal to 2 upon root 3. Sec 30 is 2 upon root 3 and cosec 60 is also 2 upon root 3. If you want, you can take this, confirm like this. 30, 60, 90, this is going to be 2, so half, 30 degrees half, a side opposite 30 degrees half of the hypotenuse. This is root 3. So sec 30, sec is what? Hypotenuse upon adjacent side. Hypotenuse upon adjacent side, 2 upon root 3. Cosec 60, cosec is what? Hypotenuse upon opposite side. Hypotenuse upon opposite side. This is true, but at present, see, this is true, that sec 30 is always equal to cosec 60, sin 30 is equal to cosec 60, cos 70 is going to be equal to sin 20. Now we don't know the values of those. But what I mean to, now my explanation is, how are you going to convert the quadrantal angles given trigonometric ratio to its quadrantal angle? That you have to remember. Okay, so that's what I am trying to explain. Cos will get converted to sine, and sine of what? 90 minus whichever angle is over here. And then you will solve this bracket and you will get sin 70 is equal to cos 70 is equal to sin 20. Similarly, sin 30 will get converted to cos. Cos of what? 90 minus whichever is angle is over here, that will be written over here. And then I will solve this bracket, I will get cos 60. That means sin 30 is equal to cos 60. Okay, this is how. Now the only thing is, my dear students, you have to be very precise. You have to really separate all the formulas and understand them. See, when it is going to be inverse formulas, when it is going to be inverse formulas, then sine is always inverse of cosec theta, and cosec is inverse of sin theta. Similarly, cos theta is inverse of sec theta, and sec theta is inverse of cos theta. Tan theta is equal to, is inverse of cot theta is inverse of tan theta. But remember, in these inverse formulas, sine is connected to cosec, cos is connected to sec, and sec is connected to cos, cosec is connected to sine. Tan is connected to cos and cot is connected to tan. But what happens over here? Theta remains the same. This you have to talk to yourself, my dear students. When it comes to inverse formulas, theta remains the same. Trigonometric ratio definitely changes, but theta remains the same. That is the basic difference between inverse formula and quadrantal angles. In quadrantal angles, sine is connected to sine theta is, or sine 90 minus theta. Actually, it is written in this formula. Sine 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta, and similarly cos 90 minus theta is equal to sin theta. Sec 90 minus theta is equal to cosec theta. Tan 90 minus theta is equal to cot theta. Now here these are quadrantal angles. Fine. Here sine is connected to cos, sec is connected to cosec, and reverse. Tan, only tan and cot are the one who are loyal partners. In inverse formulas also, tan is the inverse of cot, cot is the inverse of tan. And in quadrantal angle also, tan is connected to cot and cot is connected to tan. But sine and cos, they change their connections when in inverse formula and in quadrantal angles. Try to understand, try to separate your thoughts, try to separate your formulas so that it becomes very logical and easy for you to remember them. And then the other funda is that in inverse formulas, theta remains the same, whereas in quadrantal angles, theta changes. I hope I am trying to be more open to all people. I am trying to open the topic as maximum as possible for you all people. But my dear student, this is not good. Actually speaking, I believe in the logic that the statement that one who teaches all is not a good teacher. These type of separations of the formulas, these types of separation of the ideas should be practiced by students. It is something which actually should come out from within you, because that what comes out from within you always stays for a longer period in your mind. Okay, my dear student, so this I hope you all will be able to talk to your own self and try to separate these formulas, because if you don't really channelize your thoughts, then there will be lots of confusion that what I am going to apply when. Okay, only if you know what is the question in front of you and what is your need now according to the question. If you have to change the angle of the given trigonometric ratio, you will have to use quadrantal formulas. And if you have to keep the angle same and handle the trigonometric ratios, then you will have to use inverse formulas. Okay, now let's start with exercise 8.3. First question, they are asking us to evaluate what all things. Means actually this is really very easy, and these are actually, if you have understood how you are going to convert. See now, sine 18 degree and cos 72 degree. These, as it is, supposing even if it would have been sine 18 upon sine 72, even then you would have not been able to cancel it. Even if it would have been sine 18 upon sine 72, even then you would have not been able to operate it, because 18 degree, 72 degree, only if the trigonometric ratios, the theta is same, then you will be able to operate them. Here theta is not same. So first I will try to make the theta same. For that I can do anything. I can convert sine to cos, or I can convert cos to sine. So if I do that, now sine 18 degree, I am converting this. This will get converted to, sine will get converted to cos for a quadrantal angle, and cos of what? 90 minus whatever is this angle, degree. Now first I solve vertically, now I am trying to show you horizontally. The ideas are same. And now I will solve this bracket. This will be cos 10 minus 2, 8 to 72 degree. So sine 18 degree is equal to cos 72 degree. Okay, so therefore sine 18 degree upon cos 72 degree will become what? Sine, in place of sine 18 degree I will write cos 72 degree upon cos 72 degree, that will be equal to 1. I can similarly change cos 72 degree also if I want. Okay, cos 72 degree will become what? Cos will get converted to sine. Sine of what? 90 minus whatever is written over here, and that will become sine of 90 minus 72 will give you 18 degree. And then instead of cos 72 I will write sine 18 over here, and still the answer will be 1. Okay, don't get bothered, try on your own self. See, you can try this one, pause the video and give an attempt of your own. 64 degrees, this is 64 degree. Pause the video and give an attempt of your own. Try to convert tan 26 to its quadrantal angle and see what are you getting. Okay, now you can confirm this. Now here I will write tan 26 degree. Actually speaking, my dear student, this is not the right way of presentation. I will better go vertically, because tan 26 degree, I will tell you the reason behind it. Otherwise I can go like this. Tan 26 degree is equal to, tan will get converted to cot 90 minus whichever is angle over here, 26 degree. The reason here I have to write, reason is cot 90 minus theta is equal to tan theta. This will be the reason behind it. I think I am crossing this. Sorry, I should have. See, this actually speaking, I will solve it again over here. Cos 72 degree is equal to sine. Cos will get converted to sine. Sine of what? 90 minus 72, which will be equal to sine 18 degrees. This is how you are going to write it, my dear students. So here also the reason for this is cot 90 minus theta is equal to tan theta is the reason for this. Now I will again bring it down. Tan 26 degree is equal to cot of 90 minus 26, 10 minus 6, 4, 8 minus 2, 64 degrees. So we get tan 26 equal to 64 degrees. This will be 1. Now tan 26 degree upon cot 64 degree. In place of tan 26 I will write cot 64 degree upon, in the denominator this cot 64 degree will come as it is over there. In place of this tan 26 degree I will write cot 64 degree, and this will be again 1. Okay, so now let's go to question number 3. I hope you all are getting this. This is not that difficult. If you have understood what I am explaining in one line, this is given. Fine. Now what I will do is that I will change any, it is not going to play any role, cos 48 degree. So now cos 48 degree will get converted to what? Sine. Sine of what? 90 minus whichever is angle over here, 48, because reason sine cos theta. Now this will become cos 48 degree. Sine 90 minus 48 is equal to sine 42 degree. This will be our 1. Now I will take this cos 48 degree minus sine 42 degree, which is given cos 48. In place of, now what is there? I have found the value of cos 48. So in place of cos 48, remember you should know what you are going to substitute. I will write sine 42 degree, and this I am not going to substitute, I am going to copy it down from 1. This will be equal to 0. Okay, so this is going on nicely. Now let's go to the question number 4. I will request you all people to again give one attempt over here. Cosec 31 degree minus sec 59 degree. Again, if you want, I can take this. I am taking this sec 59 degree. Sec will get converted to cosec. Cosec of what? 90 minus whichever is angle over here, 59 degree. Reason for this is cosec 90 minus theta is equal to sec theta. Now I will solve this bracket. I will get sec 59 degree is equal to cosec 90 minus 59, 10 minus 9, 1, 8 minus 5, 31 degree. This will be my 1. Now this I will take cosec 31 degree minus sec 59 degree, which is given to me. Here I have got the value of sec 59. Okay, so this I will copy down. Cosec 31 degree minus, in place of sec 59 I will write cosec 31 degree from 1. This will be again 0. Cosec 31 minus cosec 31, 0. Okay my dear students, so now let's go and try the higher one. Show that now in this one, tan 48 degree into tan 23 degree into tan 42 degree into tan 67 degree is equal to 1. We have to show this. Now I'll definitely take left hand side, but before going to left hand side, now see here there are 1, 2, 3, 4 values. I somehow have to manage and bring the quadrantal angles together. I should match the angles. 48 degree, one more 48 degree I will require, or one more 23 degree I will require. I will have to make them, convert them into like angles, congruent angles. So if I convert this tan 48 degree, tan 48 degree, tan will get converted to cot of what? 90 minus 48 degree. Since then I will tell over here cot, why my presentation I am changing again and again. Tan 48 degree will be equal to cot of what? 90 minus 48. The reason for this is cot 90 minus theta is equal to tan theta. So tan 48 degree will become cot 10 minus 2, 42 degree. This I have to remember. So now I will not touch tan 42 degree, because I have got 42. Tan 48 is equal to cot 42. So I have got this. This will be converted to same angles 42. So I won't touch this 42 now, but I will have to handle tan 23 degree will be getting converted to cot 90 minus 23. Again the reason is same, since cot 90 minus theta is equal to tan theta. This will become tan 23 degree is equal to cot 67 degrees. Again this I will not touch. So this is my second. Now what I get is, I will take this down. LHS tan 48 degree into tan 23 degree into tan 42 degree into tan 67 degree. Tan 48 degree, in place of tan 48 degree I will write cot 42 degree into, I will bring this tan 42 degree here into, in place of tan 23 degree I will write cot 67 degree into tan 67 degree from 1 and 2. Now actually here if you will see, you can write directly this is equal to 1. Why? Because we know tan theta is equal to 1 upon cot theta. That means if I multiply this, oh my god, I am going out of range. Tan theta is equal to 1 upon cot theta. If I take this over here, tan theta into cot theta will be 1, provided thetas are going to be same. That you have to remember. So here thetas are same, cot 42 into tan 42, 42 into 42, cot and tan will be 1. Similarly here, cot 67 into tan 67 will give you 1. That will be 1. This will be the reason for this. This will be 1. Remember, inverse formulas, definitely sin theta is equal to 1 upon cosec theta. It is definitely sin theta is equal to 1 upon cosec theta, and also if I move cosec theta on the other side, I will get sin theta into cosec theta is equal to 1. So sin theta into cosec theta is equal to 1. Similarly, cos theta into sec theta is equal to 1. Inverse value formulas will give you two different applications. So this is how, which is equal to RHS. This is what we have to prove. Now let's go to the other question. Try, my dear students, try the another question. Second question, kindly give it a try. Cos 38 degree into cos 52 degree minus sin 38 degree into sin 52 degree is equal to 0. This we have to show. Of course, first I will do the required transformation of quadrantal angle, because these two are not cos 38 sin 38, I can't do anything. So cos 38, if I go to convert it, cos 38 degree will get converted to what? Because of quadrantal angle, cos will get converted to sin, and what of sin? 90 minus whichever angle is over 38. The reason will be sin 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. Then I will write cos 38 degree will be equal to sin 90 minus 38, 10 minus 8, 2, 8 minus 3, 52 degrees. So here the angles are matching. So cos 38 degrees will be equal to sin 52 degree. Okay. So this I will keep it on one side. Okay. The here sin 52 cos 52 will come. And similarly when I go to do it, 38 degree sin 38 degree will be equal to cos of what? 90 minus 38. Again reason over here same, cos 90 minus theta is equal to sin theta. Then I will write over here sin 38 degree is equal to cos 90 minus 38, 10 minus 8, 10 minus 8 will give you 2, 8 minus 3 will give 52 degrees. So now what I will do, this is given to me LHS. In LHS what do I have? cos 38 degree into cos 52 degree minus sin 38 degree into sin 52 degree. So from 1 and 2, in place of cos 38 degree I will write sin 52 degree into cos 52 degree minus cos 52 degree into sin 52 degree. Now if you will see sin 52 cos 52 cos 52 sin 52, this is going to subtract anyhow. This is going to be right. Sin A cos A minus sin A cos A, they are both same values. This is equal to 0, which is equal to RHS. Therefore you have to write everything again. Now from here, from 1 and 2, cos 38 degree into cos 52 degree minus sin 38 degree into sin 52 degree is equal to 0 is proved. Okay, so I hope everything is clear. Now we can go to question number 3, and now it will become even more interesting, my dear students. In this case, in question number 3, they have told if tan 2a is equal to cot a minus 18, tan 2a is equal to cot a minus 18 degrees, where 2a is an acute angle, find the value of a. This is given to you. My dear students, we have to still follow same logics, same application of quadrantal angles which we have done till now. This is one. Now what I'll do, this is already arranged. Now I have to get tan 2a. I have to find the quadrantal angle of tan 2a, sorry. I have to get the quadrantal angle of tan 2a. You can even get the quadrantal angle of cot a minus 18. See why I am finding the quadrantal angle. The reason is very simple, because the angles are not matching. 2a is something different, a minus 18 is something different. So I have to match them. If not that, then at least I have to match these ratios, cot, because you know we have done this. Cos a is equal to cos b. If this is the condition, if these two trigonometric ratios are congruent, it simply means these angles have to be congruent. They are not different angles. Unless and until it is given cos 52 degree is equal to cos 65 degree. Now this is not going to happen. 52 cannot be equal to 65. But when these are variables written over here, then definitely these two are going to be equal. Because these trigonometric ratios are equal is given to you. You have got it. It is there in your solution. Either I should get converted tan and cot both together if they are equalized. Okay, these are equalized. So what I will do, tan 2a will get converted to what? Cot. And what of cot? 90 minus whatever is written over here, 2a. Reason again same. Since cot 90 minus theta is equal to tan theta. So now if I solve this down, I will get tan 2a is equal to cot 90 minus 2a. This can't be solved further. This is 2. So now from 1 and 2, what do we get? This is even more easy. What do we get? This is tan 2a, this is also tan 2a. These both are going to be equal. Cot a minus 18 is equal to cot 90 minus 2a. Now see both the trigonometric ratio. This is also cot, this is also cot, and they are equal. They are equal. So definitely this angle has to be equal to this angle. Therefore, a minus 18 is equal to 90 minus 2a. Because these both are equal. It is logical, my dear students. Okay, so now I will solve this. 2a will shift over here, 18 will shift over here. A plus 2a is equal to 90 plus 18. This will become 3a is equal to 108, and a is equal to, I hope now you all have got this, 6. This is a is equal to 36. I hope the answer is same over there. In the, we are doing question number 3. Yes, a is equal to 36 degrees. Okay, my dear students. So this way we have to go. Question number 4 also goes in the same fashion, my dear students. Here what they have told, if tan A is equal to cot B, tan A is equal to cot B, this is given. Prove A plus B is equal to 90 degree. Don't get bothered about what this A plus B, how will I get A plus B is equal to 90 degree and all. That will come automatically. You apply the logic properly and then go ahead. Automatically you will see the doors are getting opened. You will find a way, or maybe directly the answer, not even the way. So if I go to solve this, this is one which is given to me. If I go to solve this, I will have to now convert. Tan and cot are two different. I should convert to cot. I can even take cot B. Here I could have taken even this, my dear students. I could have taken even this. Don't keep yourself restricted. Only thing is that you should be able to apply this. That is the only thing. When I get this, cot A minus 18 will be converted to tan. Cot A minus 18, this is one angle, will be getting converted to tan. And what of tan? 90 minus what? 90 minus what? This whole angle I will have to write A minus 18. And then if I solve this, plus 18. Are you getting, my dear students? And then I will have to solve this. 90 plus 18 will give you 108 minus A, and then A minus 18 is equal to 108 minus A, and then you will have to solve it. You can take any, there is no like you have to take only tan or whatever is written first that you should take. No, whatever you find is you are comfortable with, you can take that. So we will get tan A will get converted to what? Cot. Cot of what? 90 minus whatever is written over here, because cot 90 minus theta is equal to tan theta. Now this is my second. So from 1 and 2, what do I get? This is also tan A, this is also tan A. So these both will be equal. Cot B is equal to cot 90 minus A. So both are cot, cot, cot. So this B will be equal to 90 minus A. So I will get B is equal to 90 minus A. So A shifts over here. A plus B is equal to 90 degree. Got? Finished. Okay, my dear students. So with this we go forward for fifth question. I don't know why I am doing so many mistakes today. If sec 4a is equal to cosec a minus 20. So here they have given sec 4a is equal to cosec sorry my dear students, a minus 20. Should I try something awkward? Where 4a is an acute angle, find the value of a. 4a is an acute angle. Find these all restrictions that 4a is an acute angle and all. These basically are required definitely, but why they are required? The reason behind this is actually those all beyond limitations, beyond 90 degree and beyond bigger angles. You will see that the values of this 4a, sec 4a will have same value on lots of angles, So at present that is not in your syllabus. That's why we don't have to discuss on that. But definitely this restriction is required. Technically it is required to be stated over there in the question, though you will not be handling it. Where 4a is an acute angle, find the value of a. So here I will do one thing, and now I will do this. I will convert cosec a minus 20 will be equal to what? Cosec will be converted to sec. Sec of what? 90 minus whichever is angle in front of this. But this, because it is a bracket, I will again write a bracket over here. Reason for this is sec 90 minus theta is equal to cosec theta. Now I will get cosec a minus 20 is equal to sec 90 minus a plus 20. So I will get cosec a minus 20 is equal to sec 90 plus 20 will give you 110 minus a. So now if you will see from 1 and 2, this is cosec a minus 20, this is cosec a minus 20. From 1 and 2 we get what? This sec for a will be equal to sec 110 minus a. Both are sec, so that's why 4a will be equal to 110 minus a. A shifts over here, 4a plus a will be equal to 110, and I will get 5. A is equal to 110. I will get a is equal to 110 upon 5. A is equal to 22 degree. Anyhow, that's all, and that is correct. Okay, my dear students, so this is there. Now going to question number 6. This is definitely very easy, but now they are again trying to make it complex, slightly more complex. They try to increase the complexity for your students. If ABC are interior angles of a triangle ABC, then show that. To show what sine b plus c upon 2 a upon 2. Here, except what happens, you will have to go in reverse fashion. See, if supposing we tell a cos a is equal to cos b, then I tell a is equal to b. If d is equal to f, can I say if d is equal to, if this is there with me, if d is equal to, if there is with me, then if I take the tan of both the sides, or cot of both the sides, or cosec of both the sides, I can say cosec d will be equal to cosec f, because these both are same angles. So from this also I can write this. This is what will be used over here. Now here a, b, c are interior angles of triangle ABC. This is given. Therefore, you will get angle A plus angle B plus angle C will be equal to 180 degrees. Sum angle of triangle. Now they have made B plus C on one side and A on the other side. So I will take B plus C over here and 180 minus A over here. Now they want me to take this means I will take half of both the sides, so I will get B plus C upon 2 will be equal to 180 minus A upon 2, taking half of both the sides, okay, dividing both sides by 2. This I will write over here, dividing both sides by 2. Fine. Now I require sine over here. This, if I want, I can solve this also. This will become B plus C upon 2 180 upon 2 minus A upon 2. B plus C upon 2 will be equal to 90 minus A upon 2. Fine. Now taking, no need of taking sin, but you can understand if these two angles are congruent. As I told you, if D is equal to F, I can take cosec of both the sides, I can take sec of both the sides, I can take cot of both the sides, and still they will be equal. Like this only, I took half of both the sides. When these two are equal, I took half of both the sides, and still they will be equal. If I double both the sides, still they will be equal. But why did I take half? Because I wanted to reach here B plus C upon 2. That's why I took half. Now I want either sine over here or cos over here. So I will take sine of both the sides. So I will get sine B plus C upon 2 is equal to sine 90 minus A upon 2. But if you solve this, sine B plus C upon 2, if you solve this 90 minus theta, sine of 90 minus theta, by quadrantal angle sine will get converted to cos, and what of cos? 90 minus theta, this theta only will stay, A upon 2. This is hence proved. Since sine 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. Okay, my dear student, so this is how, slightly different question. You can star mark it because you have to revise it at least once before your exam, whenever your exam is. So now here, whenever your exam is, in the sense not only the exam in your school or not only the prelims or not only the boards, even when you are doing your class exams, you should revise this every time. Only then you will be stronger and will be able to face any question that comes arbitrarily in front of you. Now express sine 67 degree plus cos 75 degree, sine 67 degree plus cos 75 degree in terms of trigonometric ratio of the angles between 0 degree and 45 degree. 0 degree and 45 degree means you want them, this 67 and 75 degree should get converted between 0 degree and 45 degree. That is very simple, my dear students. Sine 67 will get converted to what? Cos 90 minus 67. So automatically this will come lesser than 45 degree. Reason is cos 90 minus theta is equal to sine theta. So this will become sine 67 is equal to cos 67, 77, 87, 88, 89, 90. That will be 23 degrees. So this has got less than 45, between 0 and 45 degree. So that's right. And also I will have to convert cos 75 degree will be equal to sine 90 minus what? 75. Reason again same, sine 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. So this will become cos 75 degree is equal to sine 75, 85, 90 sine 15 degree. So sine 67 degree plus cos 75 degree will be equal to, in place of sine 67 degree I will write cos 23 degree plus I will copy down, in place of cos 75 degree I will write sine 15 degree from 1 to 2. That's all. This you have written in the form of angles between 0 degree and 45 degree. Both are going to be same. Sine 67 degree plus cos 75 degree is actually equal to cos 23 degree plus sine. These both are going to be same. Now by this, my dear students, just I am trying to, because the exercise is over, I am just trying to show you this, what they mean to say when they write over here where 4a is an acute angle. So you can understand, my dear students, sine 67 degree will be somewhere over here, cos 75 degree will be somewhere over here, and it is actually getting repeated at sine 15 degree and cos 23 degree. This is getting repeated over here, and similarly it will get repeated over here, and similarly it get repeated over here, and similarly it get repeated over here, similarly it get repeated, and this goes on, my dear students. Every angle, if you take sine 30 degree, whatever is this value, it will get repeated over here again. This angle is 30 degree. If I go forward, 30 plus 180 will give me 210 degree. So at 210 degree, I will get the same value of whatever is the sine over here, sine 30. And here also it will be sine 210 degree will also give me the same value. Then I come back over here and I add over here. This is full angle, 360 plus 30. 390 will again give me the same value. This will keep on happening. Again the value is repeated, again the value is repeated, again the value is repeated, the value is repeated. How many ever? This is up to infinity will go on happening. So that's why, but in your portion they are dealing with only the angles which are in one rotation. So that's why they are making a statement where 4a is an acute angle, because then the answers will stay limited, otherwise the answer will go up to infinity, my dear students. So with this we have got over with exercise 8.3. So I hope you all have understood this. We have finished with this exercise 8.3. Soon I will come back and try to solve exercise 8.4, my dear students. Okay? Stay home, my dear students. Stay home, stay safe, and most importantly, stay happy, my dear students. See you all. Love you all lots. Bye.